Hello everyone, this is Isom Phillips and welcome to my channel. If you're new to this channel, I do tips, tutorials, and reviews about audio, video, and still photography. So if that's something you're interested in, hit the subscribe button below and click on the notification so you won't miss any future videos. Today I want to talk about two tools which I consider must-haves for the Canon M50. Now these are two tools that will not only increase the flexibility of the camera, but will also increase the ease of use and make your job easier to take photos and to record videos. So let's get right into it. First of all, let me say that I love the Canon M50, and that's coming from a dedicated Nikon shooter who's been using Nikon cameras since the days of silver halide. And for those of you who are not familiar, that's the days of film. Now to me, a camera is just a tool. It takes what's up here and turns it into a visual medium that you can share with others. Once you find a tool that works for you and makes your job easier, that tool becomes a must-have, and you wonder how you ever got along without it. And that's the way I feel about the Canon M50. That's also how I feel about the two items I'm about to show you. Once you use them, you'll consider them must-have items, and you'll wonder how you ever got along without them. The first tool I want to talk about today is the Smallrig Cage for the Canon M50. And this is it here. Now, one of the things about the Canon M50 that so many people like, and I enjoy it as well, is its small size. And it's easy to carry around. It's almost like having a point and shoot camera. One of the problems, though, is because it's so small, it's hard to get a good grip on it, especially if you're used to gripping a DSLR, a heavy DSLR camera. So one thing that this does, this Smallrig Cage, is give you an extra grip around the side to hold the camera. I find it's really helpful, and it adds a little bit of weight to the camera, that's true, but this is made out of aluminum and it's very lightweight, and it's also very rugged. What this does for you, not only does it provide an extra grip for the camera, but it also gives you the capability of adding all kinds of accessories for your camera. There is a cold shoe on top of that you can mount a microphone to. There's 1/4 holes, 3/8 threads in here that you can mount a variety of accessories to. You can mount a microphone on one side, you can mount a light over the top or off to the side. Smallrig makes a lot of accessories that you can add to this rig, and it can really just give you a lot more flexibility with working with your Canon M50. This is something that once I got this on my camera, I just don't know how I live without it. That's why I say it's a must-have item for me. And I think if you use one of these, you'll find it's a must-have item for you. Now, it runs $69, I believe, at Amazon. I'll put a link in the description below. But it's well worth it. And you may be able to find one on eBay for even less, which is what I did. Just go on eBay and do a search on it. You may be able to find one for less, but they don't. I think I wound up paying like $40 for this one, which was a good deal. But at $69, it's still a great deal. It's still a good buy. So one item, I think if you try this, you'll like it. You'll just won't believe how you ever got along without it. The second item I consider a must-have is this wireless remote for the Canon M50. Now the features of this wired remote are, not only does it allow you to stop and start the camera when you're shooting videos, or it allows you to take still photos at a distance where you can take selfies or for group shots, but it also has a button on here that starts the autofocus. Make sure your camera's in focus before you shoot. And it also has two buttons on here for wide angle and telephoto. If you have a a zoom lens that is a power zoom lens, you can go from wide to telephoto just by using this remote. I don't really use it for that, but it could be very handy if you have a zoom lens that has that capability. Now this one is made by Aodelan, Aodelan. It's made in China, of course. It looks exactly like the one that Canon makes. It's exactly the same thing. It's just branded differently. And it also is a little bit cheaper. I think it sells for $28.99 on Amazon. I'll leave the link to that below. And the Canon version sells for about $45, so quite a difference in price. But I find this thing to be really, really useful, especially when shooting video. You can start and stop your video without having to get up and touch the camera. And you can also shoot stills if you're shooting. I was shooting some product photography last night, and this enabled me to get close up with the camera without having to bend down and look to the camera. I can look through the monitor screen and stand off to the side and get the shot and make sure that it's nice and crisp and not getting any shutter movement. But this is a great little tool, and I like to say it's one of those things that once you have it, you don't know how you got along without it. Again, what I consider a must-have item for the Canon M50. One thing I wanted to mention about this little remote, it pairs rather easily with your camera once you take it out of the box, but setting it up can be a little bit tricky. So what you need to do for video is first set your dial to movie on your camera, and then go into the menu, and under settings for movie, you'll see remote control, enable or disable. And all you have to do is select enable, and you're good to go for video. Now for stills, it's going to be a little bit different. What you need to do for still photography is once you set it in manual or whatever mode you use to shoot stills, then you need to go and set the self timer mode on your drive and go to 10 seconds. It's only the 10 seconds that works. And when you go to 10 seconds and you select that, you'll see it says 10 seconds/remote. And that will set it up for remote control for still photography. And that's all you need to do. Now once you finish shooting your stills with the remote, you want to make sure that you set it back to single use so you don't have to wait 10 seconds every time you want to take a photo if you're using it in manual mode. But this little remote, comes in handy when you want to take selfies, when you're in a group shot and you want to be in the shot, included in the shot. You don't have to worry about setting a timer. You can just get back and take the picture when everyone's ready. Again, great little item to have. Well, this concludes our video for today. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you got some value from it. Now, if you're interested in the two items, the Smallrig Cage or the remote, they are available at Amazon, and I'll leave the links below. Now, those links below are affiliate links. If you purchase them from those links, I get a small commission on that. It doesn't affect the price that you pay for the item, so I'd appreciate it. Helps grow the channel. Appreciate if you use those. Thank you very much for watching. Again, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you got some value from it. And if you did, like this video and subscribe and hit the little bell notification there so you'll be notified of future videos. Thanks everyone. Thanks again everyone for watching, and be kind, and most of all, be kind to yourself. Thank you. See you next time.